Hey there, thinkers. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to another episode of Critical Hit. My name is Est.
And I'm Penn, and today we got some pretty exciting news because one of our favorite stars is back in the news.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, yeah. I mean, nicest man in Hollywood. Actually, that's a low bar. I'm not going to say nicest man in Hollywood. I'm going to say he's probably one of the nicest guys on the planet. Fantastic individual.
Huge fan.
Yeah, I mean, he just does great things because he wants to make everyone's life better around him. And how can you hate someone like that?
No, you can't.
One of the few people I will go to a movie for just because I want to support them as a person.
I went to see SpongeBob and he was in a tumbleweed.
Well, there you go.
Pristine acting.
I saw The Matrix, even though
he gave it his 110%.
Perfect. So this is the article. Constantine 2 writer says Keanu Reeves' movie is still on the go, and he's broken the story.
Which is huge, because I totally thought this was going to be a complete flop, and then all of a sudden I find that it's still on the go, so perfect.
Yeah, and well, I didn't think they were even going to make a new one. It's been so long. It's one of those movies I loved when I was growing up. It's an older movie now, called classic, and don't get me wrong, it's almost nothing like the comic Constantine.
No, it's not.
He doesn't do magic, but I like that. I like that they kept it more grounded, and it was kind of a 90s action-ish movie at the time. But I like that they kept it more grounded, and I don't want them to go more magical, more MCU. I want them to feel like, okay, fine, there's religious undertones, for sure. Well, I'm not even undertones.
He's an exorcist.
Okay, yeah, fine. But I want them to make it feel like it's really happening. You know, you were saying to me the other day, there's still a chief exorcist officer in the Vatican.
There is. He's old and he should be exorcised.
Maybe. Yeah. That's not. There's two ways I look at that job. Either it is the jammiest job in the world, and like you're never going to do a thing, or
bad stuff is happening around the
all
world.
the time. All the time, bad stuff is happening, and you're like on the case.
It's apocalyptic. Okay.
Yeah. You were essentially Arnold Schwarzenegger in the '90s, stopping things from happening.
Fire, death, just like everything combining around you.
Essentially, yeah, he's Van Helsing, and
I mean, yeah, I can see it.
And you know what? I think that the first one more plausible, but the second one is just way more fun. So I'm going to think that's what's happening from now on. Every time I think about the Vatican now,
I agree.
They have Van Helsing there
fighting the demons.
Yeah, absolutely, and he looks just like Hugh Jackman. So
sold.
Yep. And anyways, so a lot of fans were excited to hear that Warner Bros. Was officially moving forward with the sequel to in 2005's Keanu Reeves DC film Constantine. Not long after, James Gunn and Peter Safran jumped into DC Studios as co-CEOs, and all of a sudden there were some doubts cast on the project. But, this was back on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. I remember that he was asked, if you ever want to play like a one movie character again, who would it be? And it was Constantine.
It's Constantine, and the whole entire crowd goes, please, yes, oh my God, please.
Yeah, and everyone was just super excited.
I was at home.
And
he could feel me, hear me.
But I'm really excited for it. So Akiva Goldsman is writing it. And he says that even though he hasn't officially written the whole script yet, he's started, at least broken down, and at least got to what he thinks the script is going to be. Of course, the WGA strike's going on. He's not allowed to write it. He has to wait for it to end. And we know it's only going to get worse before it gets better here.
Useless strike. I have no idea what they're even striking for. Asking for way too much than they can give.
Well, yeah. I mean, no AI, way more money, more writers in the writer's room. But they're already not doing their jobs.
I'm sorry, but if you're not going to do your job, then I'm going to find a cheaper way to do it.
Well, the crazy thing to me is, why strike for this when there has never been a better time in history that you could be replaced at what you do?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, AI can write the generic stuff they write. If you want to close all the loopholes, if you want to make sure the story is succinct and well put together, you're going to need a person for that. But they don't do that now anyways, so...
No.
We'll see what happens in the future. But I definitely don't think the way to go is to strike right now.
I don't think that's going to happen to Constantine.
Well, no, I really hope that they make a good movie out of it. It's called classic. And I hope they keep it grounded in somewhat reality to make it look like it's, in our universe.
Oh.
I think it's exciting. I know it's supposed to be DC, but they really made it not like the DC comics. They made it much more grounded, and I like that.
I want that nitty-gritty, anti-hero, wash my hands, you're welcome type of business.
Yeah, and so here we go. While Goldsman is currently not working on the script, it's good to know that he knows that the story is going to be, or what he knows the story is going to be, and that he's going to start working on it when the strike is finally over. So He knows what it's going to be. I can't wait for him to share it with us because, you know what, I really like Keanu Reeves, and this is one of my favorite movies. I know it's not, I'm not going to say it's like a perfect movie. I'm not going to lie to anyone, but it is a fantastic cult classic, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend going back and seeing it. One of the first true movies where they did anti-hero in a good way.
Yes, I agree. I did like Constantine back in the day too. It was great.
But yeah, that's all I got. You have anything else?
No, I have nothing else at all.
Perfect. Well, if you know what, let us know, guys. Maybe there's a better DC product that you want to see out there, more than Constantine. If that's the case, why don't you let us know down in the comments? But I'm super excited.
Like Gambit, remember it.
That's Marvel.
Damn it.
She tries. She tries.
I really thought I had one there. That's embarrassing.
Well, that was a good job. Good attempt. But yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for joining us, guys. And
have a good night.
We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.